Get back into it. A new server is found. But already the absolute annihilation of Ambush is going to be started with CK going down. Oh, crazy. He's back hitting those shots once again. Doctis wants to deliver a couple of his own, though. Headshots flying. Is he going to be aware of the apartment player? Does just manage to spot it, and he's not done yet. Looking for a fourth, potentially. Doctis, solo man in the pit, and he is making this work. The rest of the Ambush players finally get into the fray, and they will grab a third round here. So they continue their success now.
Yeah, defuse feels like a long time ago we got back into this, and I'm glad the scoreline is somewhat at the beginning, because
we could have kept the hour-long podcast going,
we could have kept it going. But we obviously see it's not too far away from the scoreline, so we're basically at the beginning, so we haven't missed too much. Doctor's from this pit position, he's been put in this spot now time and time again, so that's definitely something from Larson coming into the team. That's the position he's gone back to. What is that team logo that Lars has just put on? Is that like Magnitude or something, that team? Because he's pretty good. Well, 10-2, Doctor's obviously steamrolling in the last round. Gets his stats quite inflated. Up to 10. And another pause coming in. Just like we needed.
Tactical, though. I'm taking it. Brute, take the tactical. Fine. By the way, idiots in Twitch chat that are like, the game is postponed. You know nothing. Stop pretending. You're not cool in Twitch chat by going, yes, the game's postponed. Why lying? Do you think trolling is fun? Trolling is like so fucking last century, last decade.
Yeah, it is. And all those people that still do the, oh, rerun is the new sponsor. Oh my God, I don't know how you just keep the same memes for years. Although Daxit moves through, it's going to be Berry this time to have a taste, and 4 kills coming towards him. Rouse will get the other. 4-4 is the scoreline as Ambush clean things up. And their CT side on Inferno is pretty strong. So they've had quite the break. They have had time to go get some food. Potentially have had time to even talk about whether or not they can recover from this game mentally. Because you have to remember, that's a big factor coming into Inferno, was the fact that they had just been destroyed on Dust 2. Now they've had a little break. They've had time to talk. They've had time to chill. And they could come into this completely reset. That we could see a different Ambush.
This is the thing, right? We worried about where their momentum was at. They started to come back into this with a couple of rounds on the board. And now, they may have been able to reset themselves completely. 4-4 is the score. CT side for Ambush. It's what they chose to start with after taking the knife round. But Brute, they started off strong once they got the pistols in their hands. And now they're going to start with the opener. Berry was too far away to even get involved with this fight. And this will now allow Brute to have a one-man lead. They've not spent too much utility. Plenty of smokes if they want to push into this, but Berry believes he can get the job done. Pushes out, but he's only good for one, and the advantage will stay with Ambush. Will a rotation come over from A? Because that could be a bit of an over-rotation. The bomb, though, is all the way back, so there's no commitment from Brute directly yet onto this B bomb site.
Can we line up the smoke for the coffins? From Daxin. This one actually, I think, is a little bit deeper than the usual one thrown. So actually, when you throw that deeper Molotov in towards the coffins, you can actually see the player on the coffins when they're playing close, but they can't see you. So it's kind of like a one-way on the T side. And it's good for finding that headshot. But I think most professional players obviously realize standing that is not a good idea. But in your matchmaking games or whatever, you can use that one. Larson is in a good position to find one pick and fall away. There's a shot, there's his fall away. Right into the Molotov. Oh, and he does take quite a bit of damage off. But he's still alive, and that's the important part. Second kill coming in, a third, and this is perfect. Holding that B-bomb site, and HAT is left alone on the other end of the map with 10 seconds left.
Yeah, this didn't work out the way Brute wanted. Larson, the point man, AWP in hand. And that's problematic for Brute, right? Because they went nice and slow across the board with it.
Counter-terrorists win.
They thought they were going to come into it. And sadly, they had no chance when it came. I think the main thing you got to look there, right, is when they went for Larson, even with the player jumping over the top, there was no need to see Capson go and poke and try and take that fight. I think I just shocked all of Twitch chat with my anger towards the people postponing it. Jesus, it has just hit midnight in Ukraine as well, where we are currently commentating from. This has been a very long day of best of threes. And we're potentially looking at a third map if Ambush can keep this up.
That's the thing, right? We've got some more CS action, and nade after nade comes through in towards Max's position. Gone out of that man advantage here on the CT side. Good kill from Larson. CK able to find one as well. Headshot delivering AGT alongside Daxon in a 2v5 now at this point. JTL move forward. Good kill. On towards Berry, who does find himself a smoke grenade. I'll throw that off towards the right side. And we'll start to push through. Larson able to find a kill. And now it's only Daxon in the 1v4. Trying to source a way back into the site.
And Larson, a couple of good rounds from him. But he'll eat the dust now as Daxon just able to cruise round short. Still got to deal with Doctors, who's been holding on to this position non-stop with no problem at all. And the 6th round will now be secured. This is looking really good for Ambush to turn things around here. Brute. And they've got money to play with, but is it enough for them to be confident to go in with a buy? No, it's not. We're going to see Mac 10s added to it. Captain's going to have the scout. And for Ambush right now, look at the money. 2 players on 10k. Well, if you include Doctors on 9.9. 3 of them up there. And they've got that bank starting to build up, and it's a scary thought for Brute to deal with because you've got to have the chance to break the CT's economy. This push coming up though, and even with the Mac 10 fast and furious up the top, Larson just lining them up. He's so fast with it. Great shots coming in, and an easy 4K, 3 rounds in a row. That man has delivered for Ambush, and he is making it look oh so easy right now. The pause has definitely done Ambush well.
Yeah, the pause is definitely come back and reset their mentality. And this is the kind of performance I was expecting out of them. To be honest, I was expecting a 2-0 in this series. I think with Dust 2 going the way it did at the beginning, I definitely thought Ambush were going to walk away with that quickly, wrap her hat, you know, done, move on to the second one, get that one over and done with as well. But Ambush, throw it away. We are here on Inferno, where they look to try and rectify some of their mistakes. Deep Molotov, fast play down Banana. This is the kind of stuff that we wouldn't have seen if the pause hadn't come through, because at that point they were sort of mentally broken. The confidence wasn't there, but they continue to have this proactiveness. And Berry finds that opening kill, man advantage on the CT side.
Brute need to find a way into this one. They've got apartments control. They should be well aware now of how A is being played. Doctors has kept it in a similar situation. CK is going to be the one looking directly into apartments. The thing is, if any aggression comes up towards the top of mid, you got Rouse and Berry currently ready for it. Larson's going to be up to be the man at B, and he's going to take the angle to get the initial shot and push back. Already the rotation coming back round, so they've heard the flames go down and they're not willing to risk it.
Brute love to play it slow on the T side. Today, at least. Yesterday was fast, today it's super slow. And while it's seeming to work, caps and catches at Doctors. I think this is important for Brute to slow the pace down though. Once they sort of get this into position where they can slow it down enough to prevent that momentum, that hyped up attitude Ambush have had, and sort of mentally get back into it themselves, Brute could definitely start to chip away again. He's trying to come back here towards the A bomb site. 9 seconds to win the important battles, and it's empty. The bomb will get planted on the A site itself. They just punched in. Crazy trying to cut off the rotation. He knows they're still on the B bomb site. This is perfect for Brute. They've got so much time to position themselves in better spots, and this should be another round on the board, unless Ambush are quick on this retake attempt. Oh, the mid player. He's still there. They could catch him off. Surely they have to be aware of it, though. Good angle. Good kill from Crazy. A second coming through as well as he drops Berry. It's all onto Larson. And a 5th now on the board for Brute. What a recovery. Because Berry was so aggressive getting that opening kill, and they successfully held on to it as well.
Much better this time around from Brute. And interesting, right? It's when Larson was over towards B. So he's been holding strong on Arch over and over again.
Well, 7-5 on the board. A lot of money still built up, obviously, on that CT side, so they'll be able to invest everything they want. Double up, set up, back out, and this is something they've definitely rocked and shown that they have proficiency with. On Inferno, that can be very useful on that CT side. You can play the B-bomb side in towards middle. Definitely a viable option. We'll see if they can pull it off. 3 players on A, peeking towards middle. Coming in from Larson. Deep Molotovs in towards Banana. Larson still chills here. Crazy. Starting to go up on towards the apartments. Larson's going for this aggressive peek. We've seen this earlier. We've seen he's impactful with it, but this time he's caught off by Crazy.
That's what I was going to say. One thing I don't think the Larson should be doing is getting that close range of it, right? They're trying to change it up a little bit, but it had been working in Ambush's favor. I'm not against change, but it was a questionable decision coming in. Now they might pay the price for it. Berry does still have the other AWP in play. CK ready for this push to come in. He's up close and personal. He's ready to spray him down, but he's going to have to fall back. Max tries to go on the hunt, and Max, he was such a huge player. Remember in that best of the 3 series they played just before?
Yep.
He was the main man. He was the MVP. Right now he's on 4 for 10. He's not feeling the shots this time around.
Perhaps, you know, we're in a situation where we're so late in the day, even, you know, mainland Europe, that maybe we're starting to see the fatigue set in. It's been a long day. Long amount of games as well. His series went all 3 maps and then straight into another one. They find the first. Brute have that advantage. But finding the follow-up might just be a difficult task with CK delivering a good frag. AJ able to get the trade and still Brute hold the advantage. They want to finish on the A-bomb site like they've done so often, but Doctors has just picked up an important kill. A follow-up from the pit, 10 seconds, bomb on the floor, another kill coming in this time from Rouse. But finally Doctors are running out of ammo and relies on his teammate to back him up. It's 8-5, Ambush just stop that disjointed push from Brute at the end, and they will find themselves another round on the board.
Doctors is an absolute anchor in pit for them.
Yeah. 13-3, playing like a beast. That's his position, actually, that he seems to, from what we've seen yesterday, only recently picked up. Because yesterday he was playing B, if I'm not mistaken, because we've seen him brush down Banana a lot.
Yeah, things have changed quite a bit.
We'll have to see it.
Because Larson came in with the AWP, remember? Doctor's now not on it. But he's still just delivering. You saw it then. He had 1 bullet left in the clip, still managed to dink the guy. Destruction continues though. A lot of damage being done. The B site may be secured, but they're going to have to wait for that molly, which massively helps Ambush on the rotation. But Lurker man over there, AJTT, will he be able to change anything up here?
Well, they're going to get that bomb planted. Max just holding on and covering. AJ is going to get the good timing on the flank as Doctors actually catches him off. Headshot in. The grenade actually does damage towards Crazy, finishing him off, and now it's all on Max. It has been a shining light for them in their series earlier on today, but fatigue perhaps setting in. He's got 2 already, but needs to ace this. And with 19 HP, dead. The Molotov just comes into the corner. CK clears it. Good methodical retake. And look at that.
Look at the flames.
Molotovs. That's brilliant.
That's when you know Ambush are completely prepared for that retake.
And you can see why Inferno is a map they love to pick, because they're clearly quite prepared on it. Especially on the CT side, this has been the better affair, I feel.
Definitely.
See, that was a problem on Dust 2. They couldn't win any CT rounds. If they just, you know, not bought the auto snipers at the end of the T side, which I'm still triggered about, but if they had won that would have been 12 on the board. Then there were only 4 rounds they need to find the CT side. With the way they played on the CT side, I even think finding those 4 rounds would be difficult. So, so it's good that they're better here on the CT side of Inferno. Clearly a lot of practice put in.
And Brute really did start off strong on this map. That's the thing.
Yeah, huge pause costing them here at the minute. Capson's going to start things off well in round number 15. Last round of the first half, and while Rowls this time is going to get aggressive, catching off Daxon. I was almost about to say Berry, because I've been conditioned into seeing him be that player that does that.
Now for Brute to try and work their way up and into potentially the B site. Bomb still down at the bottom of middle. Oh, and it's again just not effective trading working out here for Brute. Ambush right on top of it, even clearing out the apartments now. They should have a good idea that it's now focused towards B and Rouse. He gets tapped up by the smoke, but he still does a hell of a lot of damage towards Capson. Max is there to help him out. Oh, blinded completely. No problem at all. That final nade comes in to seal the deal. A 10-5 first half. And remember, that was 4 rounds in a row at the beginning for Brute.
Yeah, 15-3 on Doctors. Definitely lit up the scoreboard at the end of things. And while 10-5, they'll be feeling happy about this. Now they just have to close it. They've done the hard part. They've got a good half in again. They've reached double figures. Now they just can't let it slip. Odds certainly favoring them to win this map. So the likelihood of us heading to a third is pretty high.
And if anyone wants to do some live betting, remember to use the code GG.Bet.com. It'll get you a deposit bonus of 125%. Moolah in the bank. Make it work. Enjoy every second of it. Tell you who's not enjoying every second of this map so far is Brute. No one above 10 kills just yet. And times are ticking away. Is this going to be another pause coming in? Oh dear.
I do hope not. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'm down for another episode of the podcast bank, so we can get that going again.
Yeah, where did we leave it last time?
What was it? Zywoo, maybe?
Mouse Sports.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, we can probably find something.
Who do you think will be in the top 3 the HLTV ranking, Dinko? Players for this year.
Players?
Or last year, sorry.
Device and Zywoo for number 1. Like, that'll be the battle. I don't think Simple's going to get it. Even though he's got similar stats to Zywoo and stuff, I think just with this year results, you know, it hasn't quite been there for Simple's team. So I think he's going to be probably second or third. I'd say third. And I think Zywoo and Device are going to be number 1. I personally, off of bit raw skill, give it to Zywoo, obviously, as the best individual player. But with Device's results, his MVP numbers, and the fact that Australis are just still number 1 for the second year running, 2 years in a row they've finished number 1. I think he's a very valuable player, so he could certainly be up at number 1.
Yeah, I'm with you that, like, when you look at it, his Device doesn't get number 1. It's got to be purely based on the individual, like, numbers, right?
Yeah.
Because everything else is massively in Device's favor. Simple, I'd definitely put in third, and Zywoo probably second. The thing with Zywoo is, yes, you're monstrous and you're delivering such an individual skill with all of it. But if they seriously put him as number 1, like, Vitality didn't even have, like, Na'Vi numbers of last year for tournament wins and performances, right?
Yeah. And I think what's more impressive, though, about Zywoo is the fact that this is his rookie year as a professional.
Yeah,
he's already considered number 1.
You're definitely going in for top 3.
But the thing is, Simple had a crazy year as a top-tier professional as well. It's a crazy rookie year.
Where did he end up?
So I'm not sure what it was, but obviously he played with Liquid, crazy major finals, literally carried an entire team to a major grand final. So pretty crazy stuff from him. So I'm a big fan of kind of all 3 of those players. The best thing is they all put so much work in. That's the thing. I think that's a testament to, like, hard work. Simple plays a crazy amount of CS.
I loved it last year, right? Because obviously Simple deserved it, then he gets it. But people were like, oh, Device, like, he 100% should always get it. It's like, you got to remember, Device had great numbers and all, and the Stars were the best team in the world, but it's played around, that's a whole team performance. And when we are looking at literally an actual player, you can't define Simple's numbers were just out of this world. Yeah,
and the thing is, the same with Zywoo this year coming around, though, because his whole team, when you look at stats, his whole team were, like, negative in frags this year, and in kill deaths, right? And Zywoo was, like, plus 1,000 or something crazy stuff like this.
Have you looked at it on the graph where it's just like his team
just like one flat line. So I would just Mount Everest, you know, like not even actually it's just a straight line up. It's not even a mountain because he never has like dips. Did he even have a negative? I didn't think he had a negative tournament this year. I think his lowest rating was like 1.03 or something.
And some people will be real happy for that rating. Like, there you go. Chat's kind of agreeing with us here. Device, Zywoo, and then Simple.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad they agree.
I think it's a bit more clear-cut, because last time it was a real close one between Simple and Device.
Yeah, but...
And I think it made sense. Like, people really did kick off. But, like, yeah, Device definitely...
What do you reckon Nico's going to come in? Like 6th or something? 7th, if even.
Nico maybe in the top 10?
I'd say...
It's really hard, because the beginning of the year was so rough for FaZe.
Yeah. I mean, it had a couple of blasts. It depends how much they weigh that.
Yeah, and I remember Blast didn't weight very highly in rankings for HLTV in general for teams, did it?
Well, it did actually towards the end, I think. For,
Yeah, once the best of threes ones
yeah.
come in.
NIP and who was the other team? Fizz? Yeah, Fizz. Their results were kind of inflated by a couple of those blast wins because obviously they were like the only tournaments they won this year or did well at. So, I don't know. I guess we'll just leave it to the stat guys at HLTV.
How they must work this out as well. It's got to be so hard because you've got to go first of all off like the stats, right, the wins and stuff like that, and then you've got to look at that individual and his crazy performances, which is why Zaiwu comes in at like that mad number. Because he did literally put a team on his back every time.
I mean, we've taken a look at the top 20 right now, though. It's like Ethan is 20th, Brolin is 19th, 18th is Cirque so far announced. So we have 2 Evil Geniuses players in there. So I'd probably say that they're the best players. Breeze has got a little bit higher,
there, right? Yeah.
So I think that's the only players that'll make it from EG. And then probably Liquid will be all of them in the top 5, really. Maybe Nitro outside of it. But overall, I think that team is just
I'm expecting to see Twist easily within the top 10.
Elish
Elise has got to be up there 100%.
He's in the top 4. Like, he could potentially get a 3rd place over Simple, maybe even. Because of the results he had this year.
True.
In the summer, for me, Elise was the best player in the world in the summer.
Also, Elise was the only smart dude out there, just rocking it with the Orgs at the beginning. Elise did an interview with him, and he
SG as well.
broke down exactly why anyone who's not using the Org is just stupid at that point. Because he was like, faster rate. He'd gone super deep on it, and I was like, this is why I like you. You just literally explained to why all the idiots who didn't think the Org was useful are wrong.
Yeah. So, I think all 5 of Strauss players will be in there, maybe. Maybe except Gliv, but even that Gliv is like a beast.
Gliv
He's
even
definitely
had some like crazy performances.
He had some great ratings. Like he'd be like 15th, I think, or maybe even top 10. Because last year, pretty much all the players were in the top 10, right?
I'd love to see JKS in there as well.
I said it yesterday actually when
I really, if he doesn't get it, I'd be not like in a great high up position or anything. But he just had a phenomenal year.
Well,
for
the fact that
100 Thieves
Renegades
lineup.
or / 100 Thieves have done so well this year is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Considering they've done nothing any other years, just apart from get the minor spot in Asia, go play the major, ball might see them again 2 years later, a few months later, should I say. But yeah, JKS definitely needs to be in the top 20, I'd say.
Mr. Savage has been a savage for his team over and over again.
Robs.
Yeah, but he definitely deserves it.
Walksick probably, somewhere.
It depends, right?
He only had a good end of the year.
End of the year was looking real good once he was on Mouse Sports.
A little bit of recency bias because
when he was on HR, it
was quiet. Yeah, I think that might
screw
him over. But Robs has been pretty good. He had a quiet start of the year as well until Carrigan came in, so maybe that affects him.
Where else can we go with our podcast, Inko? Obviously, podcasts are normally prepared, but we're just sat here rolling through the CS
I mean,
worlds.
we could go back into the game banks. That could potentially
that's always that helps.
That could be definitely something that could work. And well, it's a pistol starting things off in the second half. We have got utility for Rouse and Berry. The rest going to be on Kevlar. Over on the CT side, it's going to be 1 smoke for AJ and a Kit. And anybody who has fallen asleep at home, wake up. It's time to get right back into this.
Oh, yes. Pistol, Round, and Brute need to start putting up some numbers.
AJ up on top of the coffins, looks over the top. And this is a position we've seen too many teams not deal with too well. I like that he's throwing the smoke for his own teammate in towards the new boxes. Flash up, blinds Daxon, and he'll just hide in behind.
Oh, wow. They haven't checked for it yet. He's trying to hide out. He's putting some shots through the smoke, but he's not making anything connect. Daxon goes down. AJTT can't save him, but Max, he's there. Oh, wow. He really overextended himself with that. No team backup either. AJTT, I know what you're trying to make happen here, but that wasn't the smartest of plays. And Max and Crazy looking to deliver, but CK, he's having none of it.
Well, pulled it right back. Crazy on his own. 1v2 has to go. Kit's right in front of him, so that buys him a little bit of time, but dealing with that banana player is the biggest problem. He's just got to commit to it. Swings wide, CK with a headshot. 4K in the pistol. CK's been quiet. He's been a player that's been unbelievable for Ambush in their opening matches, and he's just been a consistent factor for him. So if that can light him up, if he can get the fire lit beneath him, clawing his way back into this would be perfect. 11-5. Ambush want to just try and get this one over and done with. It's late in the day. They want to just bring us to that third map. Another day at the office. Slap it up. Let's go.
And if it goes to a third map, let's have that map tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, this just
been a long day.
Gentleman's agreement, shall we? Then again, why do we? That means we have to wake up early, Banks, and I'm not about that life.
What about that life called sleep, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm about. Yeah, that's the good thing about working in Ukraine, because we're 2 hours ahead of the UK, 1 hour again ahead of Europe, like me and Europe, like the rest a little bit Western. So we have quite a bit of time to sleep, luckily, unless it stays like this.
Yeah, dude. Sleep is not on the cards tonight. And same for these players, having to work their way into this, but Ambush want to put a close on this as quick as they can. AJTT going for the hidden spot. Oh, Berry checks it but gets dinked midair. It's less than ideal for him. No problem for Rouse to come in though and finish it off. 2v4, bomb will get planted, no problem at all. It's right in the open, and Max and Crazy have just got to hope they can find any weapons potentially if Ambush go hunting for him. Crazy does have a 5-7. Not enough players come in with the 5-7, man. It's so underrated. If you want to go back to the podcast for a bit, we had a question, Dinko. Interesting to hear what you and Dinko think about coming year for Brokey and if he'll get into the top 20 for 2020. Brokey's been really good, and I think he needs that little bit more time. It's been great to see Cold and Nico have some good chances there with FaZe, but he doesn't really have the space there to be like a superstar that's going to give him that chance right now.
Yeah, top 20 is very difficult to break into as a player, and Brokey, yes, has a lot of potential. But like you said, in the team, if you have Nico and Cold, you go and ask them, can I play my spots? You're getting told no.
Yeah,
yeah, you're not getting the spots over Cold and Nico, I'm afraid. So, yeah, unfortunately, Brokey's going to have to prove himself to be a very versatile player.
For now, he's like the third star of the team, and he's gaining a lot of experience at top level.
Yeah, and that's crazy, because you got players like Ray and Olafmeister in there, so...
He's literally amongst 4 legends, and then he's like, this is the dream.
Hey, this is my first big team, guys. It's like Fizz, you know? That kid is that's having a great time. Definitely the best lap field player.
Yeah.
That's no challenge. Few good lap field players though.
To be picked up in the way he did as well, it's so sick. And I love it when big teams, big name players will give someone like that a chance.
Yep.
But back looking at this game, we're at a 12-5 for now. Ambush nicely in the lead. We've seen this before in Dust 2. It's been confident for him. And they slowly let it slip away. They need to avoid that happening this time around. Weapons in the hand of Brute. AJTT with a scout in hand is going to be the only problem.
Good pick. Crazy able to pick away CK. Man advantage here on the CT side. And, well, Dogfish will do his best to try and pull it back. He does find that 1 kill onto his captain. And he'll start to wrap around the back lines of Log. And, well, that's a good spot for Crazy, just seeing down the smoke. Very caught off by it. And, well, Brute, could this be the start of a very long road back into Inferno?
Max thinks he's going to try, but all of a sudden, Raoul's getting the job done. 2 versus 2 now. There is a great chance in this for Brute still because it's low health for the remaining Ts. They've got no utility and they're currently stuck within the site. How do they want to play this one out? AJTT only does have a scout with him though, but there's nice utility. 2 flashes and an incendiary grenade if they want to try and flush some of these Ts out. And now they'll get an idea of where they're placed. Daxon starts off strong. Rouse is going into it and he just walks into his death. The incendiary grenade is used, but after the kills come in, luckily AJTT does have a kit because that could have got awkward.
That was pretty ridiculously close, though, because Brute were in such a good position at the start of that round as well, that they probably should have closed it out a little bit more convincingly. But there's quite a few players, comes pretty close. Ambush do a good job at somewhat pulling that back. Couldn't quite get the round win, though. They do get the bomb plant. It affords them a little bit of extra cash, so that does get them a buy into this. It's not a perfect buy. Has utility, but not heaps of it. And a couple of Galils. But that's the good thing about the Galil is, yeah, it's terrible, but, like, it's $1,800. You can't complain anymore.
And it's also a lot easier to spray with it now.
Yeah, true. So, I'm not against the Galil. I think it's good. Now, because of the price. Like,
yeah, for now, it's a better option than like a UMP or something like that. Maybe MP9 slightly outweighs it depending on the position you play. But it's definitely getting a lot more use now.
Ooh.
I like that smoke. Pushes back the vision there.
Yeah, the Star Smoke, I'm not a fan of using it when you're going in for an execute, but it can certainly be used here. Because I feel like that smoke just causes too many problems for your team running in, because you kind of want to check angles, but you have to go past barbecue and past the pool just to sort of wrap around the back of the site. So it's good initially to try and get closer, and this is exactly what it's done. It's allowed them to come close. They're pre-firing everything. Dexit is going to fall. It's a good kill from Berry. Man advantage picked up from the T side, and they are now looking pretty solid as they slow the pace down. Doctish on the full happy style lurk on the other end of the map. But the bomb is going to fall. AJ just moving through the smoke. He's able to pick up one. CK coming in with a shot on the SG. And that's a 3v4.
Well, the thing is, Brute have taken so much time to rotate in. The bomb is on the floor in the B side. And look where Doctish has got. He's sneaking around, he's lurking. Crazy, nicely expects it. He was ready, which is huge. That does maybe give them a chance with this one. They've got some utility as well. The flames won't spread to CK, which means he can get the bomb down comfortably. But now you've got to wait for that bomb to tick away, and they've got to hold on for it. Max, I said he had a slow start to this game, but he's now doing it. He even just tags up Berry through the smoke, and he'll finish him off as well for the triple. That might give Max the confidence he needs to bring his A game back into this game.
Counter-terrorists win.
12-7. Ambush. Well, they haven't got the best amount of cash left in that bank, so Brute, maybe they do claw this back. They are currently one map up in the series. So if they pull this all the way back, that would be incredible. They've shown that you can come back and win before. Showed us it on Dust 2. Ambush have shown that sometimes their mental fortitude can sometimes shatter. They don't have a coach to fall back on, so all they have is Barry and the voice of the rest of the team. The nade stack coming in towards top banana, trying to clear any players that could potentially be playing behind the car or the half wall, but no one was there to take damage from it. Brute make the right call, hold their distance, and now the pistols will try and unload on towards the B-bomb site. AJ spots the player close, he's on his own. CK unable to be traded by the rest of his team.
No problems thus far for Brute. They're only up against pistols, but Ambush still want to try and bust this B-bomb site. An extra player has come over from the side of Brute. It's just more of a waiting game for now. Bomb down, and that should hopefully confirm it. They're all coming through. They're jumping on each other's heads. And Daxon, he's just going for a bit of a spray down, but AJTT will walk away with the additional kills, and it's no problem at all for them. They hold strong with 5 alive, and Brute maybe finding themselves a little bit. This round is where it will tell us a little bit more onto the details of how it can go down. Crazy still hanging on to the UMP. We've got a couple of AKs and M4s in play, but all the utility that Brute could want. For the T side, look how many mollies are coming into play. You know Ambush has got something prepared for this one. Remember, Brute lead the series at the moment. If Ambush win this, we'll be going to a third, which is Mirage. Puggy style, similar to what we saw for Dust 2, and that was where Brute did shine. Now, I love this, getting Max up here. They haven't done this just yet. And this is in a key round where this will allow them to come back into it. If they can stop a bomb plant as well, then you know them 100% the money's broken for Ambush. And seeing Max actually now step up and perform again, that is key.
Yeah, that is definitely a positive factor for Brute because he was a little bit quiet. And the problem is, CK started to step up for Ambush, but he's kind of gone quiet again. Doctish certainly hasn't been quiet. He's been very, very impactful for Ambush. He's going to be the front man charging up through short. He's already under the patio, and they need to be careful of this because Crazy's up on top of balcony. CK is there though, so Crazy's position is not great. Peek. CK holds it, Crazy gone, follow up from CK. This is what you want to see, and Captain just sits back in library, a kill on towards him from Rouse. And now we've got ourselves a 2v5, and Ambush are right back to winning ways. That's a pretty easy cleanup as well.
This means that Ambush now has their chance to chain a few more rounds together with it all.
Daxon under pressure, stopped by Berry. Match remaining player is AJ. And he's alone in the world. He is hiding in the kitchen, though. This is a position that's very hard to get towards, especially if you're nowhere near him. So you'll carry the M4 over into the next one. Another round for Ambush. Another step in the direction of our third and final map of the day. 3 away is all they need. And a buy coming in from Brute. This will be an investment that will be quite heavy. So they get the full buy. If they're unable to win this one, we'll likely see map point come in for Ambush here on Inferno. Double up setup, so they really have heavily invested into this one on that CT side. And they'll be looking to try and get themselves around on the board. They have to at this point.
Good start there from Max, though. He'll finish off Larson. Daxon's going to get one onto Berry. So again, Brute, and they're not slowing down, they're not giving up. But the double up setup's in play. Doctor's looking for an opening here as he starts to push himself around short. They've got top mid control, and CK's up in the apartments. Bomb still down towards the bottom of middle, but no aggression coming out from the B players of Brute just yet. Now drop the bomb down. Rouse, he wants to confirm that no one is going to come and sneak around and try and push them about a little bit. With a 5v2 on the hand, it's going to take something special out here from Ambush, as they all now actually decide to gather up towards B. So plans are changing, but they've got plenty of time to work what they want to work here. So we sit with just under a minute on the clock. Brute expect it, though, as the smoke comes towards them. Sedging grenade put on the floor, and all the flames, all the mollies being used once again. AJTT, he's out in the open because he's been flushed out once again. And Ambush, they know exactly how to line these ones up. Attack comes in onto CK, though. Puts him down onto 16 health. It'll be hard for him to stay in with it, but it doesn't matter what his health is, as the headshot is landed.
A good kill. We'll go back for more. There's damage onto the second and drops the bomb. Needs another and Rouse. It's a prime opportunity, and he will get him 5 kills and 5 players staying alive. Brute, that's perfect. That's exactly what they needed. They need to keep that money flowing. And now they've got a chance moving forward to potentially pull this back. If they win this one, it's going to be double figures. The money of Ambush will go into the bin and most likely see 11, maybe even 12. And at that point, I'm really starting to believe that Brute can pull this off. Ambush need to find consistency again. They've been winning rounds, yes, but they need to find them in a row. Brute need to do the same. As they look down towards middle, there's a chance, missed opportunity. And see what they can recover from. Ambush are going to send players in towards the apartments. 2 up there. Doctish, and of course his teammate a little bit further on in the apartments. It's CK. As he heads his way towards the bottom of Boiler. Oh, he's not ready for that. Max, what a position. Boosted up on top of the railings. He's able to find himself CK and a man advantage.
They keep getting these early openings. A second one down for Capson. He'll instantly get shut out, but this will allow them to wrap round and potentially take Banana if they want to. Ambush maybe trying to slow things down a bit here before they get overconfident with it. They know there are only a few more rounds from closing this out and taking us to the third. And they can't take Brute lightly, that's for damn sure.
Coming forward, Molotov heading towards the pit. Crazy's a little bit further on the mini play. He'll find a headshot, a second kill from Crazy, and now he looks to do it all. The final kill available, and he's got it right through the hay bale. And he's got an easy kill to deliver a 10th for Brute. Now it's just pistols for Ambush, going to take an eco, 13-11. Well, really starting to look like this one could end up being even.
Yeah, Brute is certainly a team that won't allow themselves to be taken down and out of it.
Coming back has been something they've gotten used to. We've seen it on Dust 2. We've seen it twice on Dust 2, actually. Capson will peek in towards middle. Good kill. Drops Larson, who has been pretty good for this Ambush side. If I'm not Ambush at this point, I surely get the read that there's 2 ops in play. I would have just tried to overwhelm them with the pistols in this kind of round. Hit them with a fast balcony push or something. But they're going to go towards long and run right into the op. Captain with another kill, 2 collected. Now Rals darts through Archway. He wants to get in towards CT spawn. There's currently a player waiting. And it will be GG.Bet. That's the French pronunciation, I think. Or Agite, that is it. And Rals will fall. Easy kill. Brute will find the win. 11 on the board. And we just keep going forward. Brute just keep racking the score up. But here comes another test for them. Another buy from Ambush coming into play. It's AKs. There's no AWP in play to challenge the 2 that we've got here on Brute. So maybe we see a change in pace from Ambush. Maybe they throw something different into the works and try and catch Brute off guard. They have to be ready for that on the CT side. Looks like they're just going into default though immediately, sending those 2 players off over the top of the T-stairs. Let's go for mid split.
Ooh, good start from CK. That's what you want to see. He's going straight in for a second one. Ambush now. Got a great chance of this, and Doc, he lands the shots. It's time to make it happen. They rely on the AKs, they rely just on their individual skill and what they've got to handle here. Problematic for Brute on how they want to handle this. Saving is the only good option. But it will now put Ambush another step closer to taking the win here.
Well, Ambush 14-11. Brute started to come back, they teased it to us. Ambush will find themselves 14 and now on the hunt. This actually favors the CTs. You want to get as many rifles as you can out of their hands. Because look how much money they've got in reserve. On these players at least. Daxon into the Molotov that he threw, trying to bait them in towards him. AJ takes away 1. Now Daxon just holding on. Every weapon that they drop on the T side is an added bonus towards Brute at this point. They've got so much money to play with. Berry will get rid of Daxon. A good kill, and that's the AWP gone, so that was at least something. Now 14-11, 2 away from victory over on this T side to close out Inferno, to send us to that 3rd and final map of the day. We've got Brute on the AWPs, Capson and Daxon and Capson. That is a mouthful to have this late in the day. But we have ourselves a chance for Brute to still pull this comeback. If they are to win this one, there will be a buy in the next from Ambush, but it will be weakened. Capson looks down into a second middle, wanting that opening. Rals might present it to him. Walks away from the angle, taking a more passive approach because they could be in boiler at this point. Wants to limit the casualties, play the percentages.
You can see Brute know they need to make something happen here. Capson, who has previously been very strong for Brute for AWP, not coming up as huge as they would probably want at this point. And this is becoming the problem now. And wait for Berry to see what he can do here as the push onto the A site comes in. Max is going to be flushed out. There's no smoke down for him to hold on to it. He starts to spray it out. Berry, Capson. It's a great work as they push in. Doctors is trying to turn this around, but it's a 4v2. Larson. He's made some incredible plays, especially when he was on the CT side. It's time for him to shine now if he wants to give the 15th round and match point for Ambush. But they're heavily outnumbered and outgunned in this one. Doc looking for more of an opening. 2 players down the pit. Doc will start it off strong onto Cap. But Crazy's there, pistol in hand. Taps away with the P2000. And he actually delivers it. The headshot comes through.
No way.
It's all off to Larson.
Way.
And Larson will find it, but Max is ready and waiting, but he's not even needed to pounce. And Brute, they secure a 12th. They're not done yet. The money is still good for Ambush, though. And Brute, they have to be oh so cautious now.
Well, at this point, Brute will be feeling it. They'll be feeling that they can pull this off. They've been given another opportunity, another chance to potentially pull this off. Ambush have come into it with a Mac 10 on the hands of Doctish, the rest with better weapons, but that is not the push that Max will be allowed to do due to the Molotov. Good utility usage from Ambush. They will start to clear Banana as well. Up here is Daxon. They also have a player back on the coffins if required. Barry swings close. He can find this. Oh, wow, they hit each other. Actually, Daxon comes out worse for wear. I believe he was headshotted through the edge of the wall.
Yeah, Daxon's not going to be happy with that one. And Berry, again with that smoke. He's so confident to go into these type of plays. AJT, oh, it's the timing. He missed it. AJT doesn't see it. Berry's just sat there in the opening. He's jumping up, but Daxon finds the kill.
That is incredible.
Wow.
Daxon so quick. Capson peeks into the open, finds Dogtish. And this is happening. Brute have a two-man advantage and a real chance at pulling this off. Ambush move forward. Ral's finds a headshot. Capson gone. And that's an opening in towards Long. Max realizes the weakness, has to call it towards the CT players. You can see Art trying to make his way over here. It's going to be Max with 1 kill. CK finding a few frags. And it's a 2v3. AGT trying to do his best, but he's forced to wait. AJ has to go wrap her back around towards the archway. The smoke up, and this is falling to pieces. Good recovery from Ambush so far.
This is now do or die. And decisions have to be made. Brute aren't likely to win this. They will now go in with the save. That round looked like it would have been theirs. It started off so well. The kill from Capson, and then another one from Daxon. Yeah. But still not enough as CK, he bullies his way into the site. Headshots galore. Yeah, Brute just seemed too out in the open.
Yeah, there's just that A-hole was bad. And a little bit unfortunate. Round goes in favor of Ambush. Looking pretty damn good. 15-12 map point. Investment's going to be really weak here from Brute. They'll invest everything they can. Obviously, they've got the double op save, but the rest of their weapons are going to be terrible. MP9s, a couple of pistols maybe even in there. Oh, they've been given so many opportunities, just couldn't quite capitalize, and Ambush have fought their way to this position. And they want to fight on map 3 as well. Mirage, I believe.
Yeah, Mirage is where we will be going to next if Ambush can pick up this next round. It's not the most ideal buy here for the players on Brute, but we've seen them work with less and still deliver. Oh, Daxon, over and over again. He's seen 1 HP. He somehow escapes, and that nade, well, both nades were on his feet.
Yeah, I don't know if that's unlucky or lucky there from Daxon. He stays alive on 1 HP. He'll hide in behind the smoke. The nade's coming over the top. There's a smoke that'll go in towards CT, but he spots the legs. Surely he spotted that foot. The flashes up. Berry's able to find the kill. Second coming through as well. Berry gets both. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Most likely the win as Berry continues forward in towards CT. He's done with this. He wants the map number 3 to come into play. He's spotted by Max. They were aware of the possibility. And now a 3v4. It's not impossible.
You got to love Berry though, right? He probably leads with full force to just push forward. He's like, all right, now maybe the IGL, but I'm not using that as an excuse.
The thing is, he can sit back now and sort of micromanage everyone as well. It's like, you go here, and stop pushing, you know. That can be something. He sits back, but let's see what Larson can deliver. Nothing, and this team has just fallen. Oh my god. CK, the double lineup in. Dogtish looking for his opportunity, but it's over. CK seals the deal. He's been the beast of the team for so long and continues to do it. He had a really quiet start here on Inferno, but so did Ambush. They had a quiet start overall, basically, and they come back into it.
Yeah, they made up for the blunders of Dust too. They could have been looking at a 2-0 after this performance on Inferno, but it wasn't meant to be. We'll be going to Mirage next, and well, I'm just going to send us straight to a break because we still got a whole other map to go, and it's late as hell, so we'll be back very soon, guys.